What's up everybody? Good morning, afternoon, evening, and welcome to what is a very special What's Up episode 61. It's special because this is our second ever official WKG event, the Lava Laps 110 ride / race today. So excited as always. I'm not expecting this to be quite as big as the previous event for a couple of reasons. One, and I think the most influential reason, is that Kev Stevens not taking part. So I probably lost about 100 riders just for the fact that he's not going to be here. So I hope you're watching wherever you are, Kev, and work hard. No, in all seriousness, there was I didn't time this very well because there's the Dutch National Championships going on today. There is also some live big real world cycling going on TV, which would clash with this. And in actual fact, had I checked my schedule properly, I'd probably be watching that instead of riding this, and I'd schedule this for next week or something. But anyway, not going to grumble. I'm still expecting a pretty good turnout. We've got a few early birds on the starting grid already. I did a bit of an extended warm-up this morning, just trying to get a bit of an equipment check as much as anything else, and try and iron out the creaking that's coming from my Vortex, because I don't think I'm going to be able to put up with that for 3 hours. So I think I've solved it, but I ended up doing about 15k as a warm-up, so hopefully that hasn't burnt me out too much, but should be fine. Super excited for the race. As you can see from my screen there, still got just over 20 minutes to go, so I'm going to finish getting the microphone sorted, getting everything else prepared, and I will see you just before we start. Okie dokie, so on the start pen, just under a minute and a half to go to the second ever WKG ride. I'm really chuffed to bits that we've got 94 riders on at the moment. Yes, that's a fair way short of the first event, but given the bad timing on my part, I'm really pleased. I actually thought maybe we'd be sort of 40-50 riders today. I checked this morning and it looked like we were up to about 60, and to be honest, I was really pleased with the prospect of that. So to have nearly 100 riders again for this second event, absolutely amazing. It takes some decent commitment to jump on and do 100 kilometres on a Sunday morning. So well played to all of you guys and girls that have jumped on. We've got now just under 40 seconds to go. I'm hoping that we can keep it nice and steady, maybe sort of 1.5 to 2 up until we start the first lap, which is about, from memory, I think it's about 5k in before we begin the actual first volcano lap. So. Right, I need to concentrate a little bit now. Here we go. And we are off. Look at that. That is a sight to behold. Orange train once again rocking the roads of Watopia. How amazing is that? I'll start firing ride-ons out in a little while. Just want to try and get this settled into a nice steady group for a bit. We've got Elle Robinson from Team Type 1, age 12, in the house. I'm going to give you a special shout out right now. Fantastic to have you here. I saw you on I think it was the SCR race the other night, was it? And full of admiration for you then. And it's really excellent to have you in our group for this ride today. Brilliant stuff. Alright, so that was actually a bit of a messy start, that first sort of run up to try and get everybody together before the start of the first proper lap.
It's a little bit hard. There was no one racing off the front. It's just the group that were holding 2 to 2.3 on that sort of opening section pulled quite a gap over a fair number of riders. So I eased off to try and bring those guys back in. But I think I'm just going to have to try and stick to the advertised speed this time. We might have a few ease off laps sort of further into the ride, but I think my job really this time round is going to be simply to set the pace that everybody expects. So I will be riding at 2 to 2.3 with the occasional slow down regroup lap. So apologies now to anybody that's has been dropped from that group, but it wouldn't be fair on the guys that are sort of holding that pace steadily out front to keep asking them to ease off and slow down all the time. So we'll try and hold around 2 to 2.3. Thank you, Q Van Eden, for the ride on. I think that was yourself that was just very kindly filling us in on the results of the Dutch National Champs that happened on Zwift earlier this morning. I won't reveal the winner in case I spoil it for anybody that's looking to watch the videos of it later. Thank you, oh crikey, I think that was Kyberek. Forgive me if I got that wrong, I barely managed to read it, so it's something like that, but thank you for the ride on anyway. Hey, Len Capel, thank you buddy for the ride on. That's where it's really hard. We suddenly hit an incline and you find yourself doing 3.5, 4 watts per kilogram, which is obviously nothing like what we're supposed to be doing, but it's the only way to get up the hill as a group. But unfortunately the knock-on effect of that is it makes it even worse for the guys that had sort of dropped off the back. But we've got a nice big bunch here now, all gathered together nicely. That looks proper. That looks like a proper WKG ride now. Look at that, nice big orange snake weaving its way down the mountain outside the volcano. Just 100k to go. Cheers, Craig Sharp, for the ride on. Whereabouts are you? I think you were right on my wheel a moment ago, or just in front of me. Alright, so we are just about to complete the first of 25 laps. Bing, there we go, 24 to go. Good going guys, great regrouping after a messy start, which I apologise for. That was probably my fault, like I say, trying to ease off to try and stop anybody getting dropped off too far right at the beginning, but like I say, I'm not sure that's the most responsible thing to have done. But it's looking good now, all nice and tight, all holding the right kind of power, and if we can do this for another 24 laps, that'll be really impressive. I've just been flicking through the names on here and trying to look at the categories. We've got a few B riders, but I haven't actually seen an A rider. Apologies if you're there, but I haven't seen an A rider. So in Kim Little's absence, the A group win is up for grabs, and I don't see any A riders in there. So if that is the case at the end of it, I will pick, I want to say randomly, maybe, yeah, I think I'll pick randomly the 4th caricature winner. So I can't think of any other way to do it. If somebody's particularly helpful in this ride, sweeping and helping with instructions and things like that, then maybe I'll edge in that direction. But at the moment I'm thinking B winner, C winner, D winner, and then 1 certificate picked at random. Well, it won't be a certificate, it'll just be the sketch. But I'm going to give a special shout out to Alan Lynn. Lynn or Line? He gave me a ride on before I started while I was doing my warm up, and has just shouted out asking if he was going to be in the vlog. So there you are. You would have been anyway, but I thought I'd give you a special mention since you brought it up so kindly. And Padrone, I think, just said he's custom sprayed his Cervelo. I missed the rest of the message. So I will ask him for pictures in the WKG forum. Thank you M Collins from Team Type 1 for the ride on. And D Rath for the nice group comment. Thank you very much. I think that's a first for me. I managed to hold 2.1, 2.2 watts per kilogram even whilst typing. I'm normally horrendous at keeping a steady pace whilst messaging, as you'll have all seen many a time, I'm sure. Thank you Linda Kellum for the ride on, much appreciated. I'm hoping to see thousands of, well not thousands, there's only 95 of us in the ride. So 95 riders giving Kenny Scramstead a ride on now, who's live streaming on Beam. And good man, he's just popped up his link to his Beam stream. Good job Kenneth, really appreciate that, it's excellent. I think that was Todd Nadal. Thank you Todd Nadal for the ride on. Appreciate that, my friend. So Andres detailed saying he's got his fan at full speed, but he's sweating. I sympathise with you, buddy. This might still be a gentle ride, but I don't know where you are in the world, but the temperatures over here in Surrey in the UK have sort of crept up to the sort of mildly muggy. So my fan is doing nothing, even with all the back doors open and like I say, the relatively easy pace. Just trying to fire out some random ride-ons while we're all nicely grouped together. There is Andreas Detail. Ride on, buddy. He's done a good job. He was one of the ones that possibly was off the back, but I think he was maybe doing a kind of sweeper job for me. So I appreciate that. Yeah, it's nice. There's ride-ons flying in from all over the place now. Really good. Hey, Jim Pocock. Thank you, my friend, for the ride on. And S Singh, thank you, buddy. I think you're just a couple of bikes off my wheel at the moment. But good to see you. S Hunter, likewise. Thank you very much. Great to see you on here. And I've got to try and remember at the end of this race, the race lap, to keep the Zwift scoreboard on my screen. Last time I think I just clicked OK and it disappeared. I had a real nightmare trying to get the race finishing order last time because for whatever reason it didn't show up on Zwift Power, and I stupidly got rid of the Zwift finishing results too early, so I couldn't even fully rely on those. But I'm hoping I'll be able to make more use of it this time. And also, basically the way we're going to do it, it's like with last time. I'll have to check that you were behind me when we start the 25th and final lap. I have to check, obviously, the finishing order for A, B, C and D's, although it looks like it might just be B, C and D's in this race. But without wanting to be too too strict and serious about it, I do a little bit of background checking into recent race history and obviously your performances. So it'll be all too easy for somebody to put themselves in as a C when the last few races on Zwift Power they've been knocking out 3.5, 4 watts per kilogram every race. So we had to very sadly adjust the finishing, the winners order last time round because of that, and I feel terrible doing it because everybody can have good and bad races. So I try and take it as a sort of based on sort of historic data over a reasonably big period of time, so it doesn't look like you just. I certainly wouldn't disqualify you for having generally been bang on your category and then had one race where you were really strong. It would have to show a consistency of being slightly above the category that you've put in your name. So that's how we'll work this, I think. There's still quite a few guys a long way up the road. Look, we got O Sloan, 22 seconds. Oh, they've disappeared off my screen now. But yeah, there's quite a few that have shot off up ahead. But that's fine. Again, as with the previous race, do your own thing. It's nice to have a big group around us, but if we're too fast or too slow for you, do your own thing. As long as you're behind me at the start of the last lap, otherwise I can't include you in the race results. Okay, start of the next lap. Just as one of my contact lenses falls out. Oh dear. I think I got it back in okay. Really solid pace, guys and girls. This is bang on. Everybody just towing each other along nicely, exactly the speed we want. I think there's sort of somewhere between 6 minute 30 and 6 minute 40 is about the best kind of lap time for this power. If we can kind of achieve those targets, then we know we're all keeping decent, consistent pace. Thank you, D. Maya for the ride on. I was just looking to click on a few other names actually to fire some ride-ons out. P. Wilson, hello buddy. Right on. Did I manage to get Dundee Smith? Inga Backman, hello mate, from another Team Type 1 rider. Great to see you. Awesome group, Team Type 1, if I haven't mentioned it before. And Linda Kellen, thank you very much for your ride on. There's one back at you. And Jim Pocock, in Blom. I thought I'd already done Madeline Blom. It's a ride on. Right on. I think I'll leave it there for a second so that I can make sure I've got my own pace right. Get back on myself. There we go, bang on 2.3, exactly what we want. Thank you, A. Sandvan, for the ride on, one of our B riders, so I'll be looking out for your name at the end there. I see Kay Goebel is a B. I think possibly they're the only two B riders I've seen so far, so you two are both in with a very good chance of taking the title. How have I not given Len Capel a ride on already? Ride on, my friend. Lars. There is our previous reigning C category champion, Lars Elmkjaer. Right on, buddy. I'm going to wish you in particular good luck for this one, because if you win, I don't know, I just make some small adaptations to the existing sketch. I don't have to start from scratch again. So that'll be one less drawing and certificate I have to do. Thank you, H. Cavilo, for the ride on. Appreciate that. I think I was just upping the pace a little bit too much then while I was talking, so let's back it down. I haven't seen it yet, but guys are chatting about the Peter Sagan interview after the oh crikey, what's the race called? I can't. Newsblad. Is that how it's pronounced? Apologies if it's not. But he apparently looks stoned, Peter Sagan, in his interview. But I think he often does. Anyway, well, I must admit to having a bit of a man crush on Peter Sagan. He's just about the most exciting thing about cycling at the moment, I'd say. Maurice Gilbert is having to go to work, so having to call it short, but thanks very much for showing up, man. Great to have you here, and ride on. Look out for the next one. I've got an idea about the next one. It's going to be a biggie, so keep your eyes peeled. Thanks for coming. Of course, what am I talking about? Kenneth Scramstead. He is a B rider himself. So we've got Kenneth, we've got Gerbel, I think it was one of them, and who else was it I saw? Let's have a look. B's. We've got Jay Garth, Inga Bjackman. Oh my word, I'm terrible. I'm forgetting all you guys. All right, so there could be a decent slog for the B category. I've still yet to see an A rider in here though, so I think then by default Kim Little will retain his championship. Hi Nadia Mentz, thank you very much for the ride on. Another Team Type 1 rider. It was good to finally get to ride with you the other day in the SCR race. I'm just trying to cool everyone down a little bit at the moment because we've had a few that dropped off the back and we're working really hard. Alan Lynn in particular has been up in the mid to high threes for a while now, trying to sort of pull himself and a couple of others back onto the group. He had an internet outage, so I'm trying to just get them all back in line. Most of the riders around me have slowed with me, which is great. There are a few that have gone ahead, but that's fine. I'm sure they'll drop back. It's not like they're putting out silly power. It's just the group has sort of split a little bit with the up and down of the course. Okay, so Alan Lynn, good man, back on my wheel. And Dion Holt is close by as well. S. Singh's dropped back a bit, but I think he's actually slowing down, so I think that might be a deliberate thing. Thanks Sean Lowe for the ride on. Oh, I've just written leader at banner. I'm not at the banner at all, am I? Okay, let's change that. Leader at 28k. Okay, so I can see a group of about 8 riders that are about, well, just sort of around the other side of that this hairpin here. So probably 10-15 seconds ahead. Stuart Woodsell needs a wee. Maybe I'll do a pee break for everybody. Maybe in I don't know, a few k's time. We'll drop it back to 1 watt per kilogram or something for a lap. Or as Alan Lynn and Steve Hunter have suggested, use an empty bottle or just sweat it out. So there's the other B. We've got A. Sandermand and K. Goebel. So yeah, reasonably strong B field today, so that could be an interesting sprint at the end. This course definitely helps the kilometres tick by quicker, unless it's just because I'm concentrating so much on keeping an eye on the rest of the group, so I don't notice how much pedalling I'm doing. Well, there we go. 20 laps, 19 to go. Sorry, not 20 laps done, that's 7 done. Hang on, how does that work out? No, this is the lap 7. We've 6 done, 19 to go. Just missed it on camera, but cheers Shane the Llama Miller for the ride on. Great to see your name pop up here, buddy. Keep up the good work on your amazing videos, albeit they're too technical for my my withered brain to fully comprehend. They're still entertaining, so that's an art in itself, my friend. Talking about strain gauges and the like, and still managing to make it entertaining is a real feat. As we tick over another lap, whew, pace is definitely more consistently strong than it was in the last race, I'd say. We're all holding that 2 to 2.3 for a longer period of time, I think. So this could end up being a quicker 100 kilometres than previously. Oops, I just accidentally bumped it up maybe a bit too quick. The last WKG ride I managed to set a PB for 100 kilometres, which I was really delighted for. So I have a feeling this one could be even quicker. Stupidly, I just let everybody know that with not being able to see any A's in here and Kim Little not being here, that he by default will retain his title. So there was a few suggestions of people quickly changing their names and their categories for A riders, but I got my eye on you guys. Thank you D Gatsby for the ride on. As we're coming up to 40 kilometre mark. Having ridden an hour and 5 minutes, so that's not bad going. Even more impressive is how tight this bunch has stayed. If you look at that, yeah, there's a few spread out just off the back, and I know there's a handful that are way up the road as well. But in general, that is a really nice tight group. Love it. Can you hear that squeaking again? I did everything I possibly could. I've greased things that I'm absolutely sure don't need greasing just to try and stop the vortex from creaking, but we've got to 42 kilometres and the creaking is back. So I've now got to put up with that for another 65.8 kilometres. Oh. Another lap done, guys. Start of lap 10. Hey, yes, Burgess. Thank you very much for the ride on. I just had to send a quick message out because I forgot about the absence of our... Sorry, the dog's going mad because my son's just come home again. He's just bought a new car, so he's in and out, in and out, in and out, going on little joy rides. I'll wait for him to stop barking before I carry on with what I was saying. Hey, Mr. Munoz. Thank you very much for the ride on. Good to see you. Tell you what's really great to see is how far across the globe we're spreading now with WKG. We've got, that was Argentina, we've got Canada, Germany, Sweden, Denmark, Austria, obviously the United States, Great Britain, Ireland. Who have I missed? I'm terrible with flags. Greece, I think I saw there. I might be wrong. But it's excellent to see just the idea of we're all doing this ride together. We're all virtually within a bike's length of each other, yet separated by thousands of kilometres. It's fantastic. Anyway, back to what I was saying that I completely forgot about. Keith Denton, B category winner from the last Lava Laps race. Really sorry you're not here, but it sounds like there's a good reason for it. I think he's been skiing for a while, which I'm sure all of us would rather be doing than sitting on a turbo trainer, if we're perfectly honest. But I hope you're watching a live stream, and it'd be good to have you back soon, buddy. But that does mean that there'll definitely be a new B category winner, whatever happens today. So that's at least one new certificate I've got to draw. Right, we're 50k into it now. I'm feeling good. Just had somebody had to take a pee break. Dropped off about 30 seconds, I think, and then everybody amazingly slowed down to 1.5 watts per kilogram. Absolutely like clockwork. Let him get back into the peloton, and now we're all back up at 2.3 again. Just incredible work, guys. So organised. Not by me. That sounded big-headed. I don't mean organised by me. I just mean by the way you all respond to instructions and just instantly act on it. It's brilliant. Hi Brian Montgomery, thank you very much for the ride on. I think Stuart Woodsail wants to do up to the radio mast on the final lap. You're on your own there. Absolutely no bloody way I'm doing any climbing after this. And another lap ticks down. 14 to go. Okay, right on the halfway point now. 54.3 done, 54.3 to go. Starting to feel it in my knees a little bit now, and my backside. Have to keep getting out of the saddle just to pull my, without wanting to be too graphic, pull my shorts out of my bum. which is pleasant. Thanks for the ride on, Cobus Hatting. Hope you're doing well, my friend. We just had, it was actually my fault. I sort of lost concentration and had dropped off the back by about 10 seconds. But true to form, a couple of little please ease off instructions, and the whole group squeeze back together again. Amazing. Okay, approaching the lap banner again, and this time it'll be just 10 laps to go. Whew. Feeling it more today than the previous one, definitely. I think the pace has been slightly higher, but it is definitely warmer here as well. Richard Tyler had a 2-hour slot, so he'll be jumping out in about nine minutes. So thanks very much for showing up, buddy. Good to have anyone along for however long they manage to stay. It's brilliant. I think it's quite important to point out, actually, a few messages coming across. Obviously, we've got quite a few Team Type 1 riders in here today, which is amazing. And a couple of guys just pointing out that to do this is a sort of blood sugar management nightmare. It's, you know, I've said it before in previous videos, but this is hard enough for us guys that don't have to deal with this condition, and it's a condition that obviously is very much affected by how much you exert yourself. So for those guys, massive kudos to you all, everybody involved in this, everybody in Team Type 1, everybody that doesn't let Type 1 diabetes stop them from doing what they love. Massive kudos to you guys, brilliant. I don't have it myself, but my eldest son has Type 1 diabetes, and I see the struggle that he has on a daily basis, even just going about his normal day. So to throw into the mix intense exercise that lasts for 2-3 hours is that's no mean feat at all. So again, chapeau to all of you. That's 70k done in 1 hour 54 minutes. Great job, guys. Seriously strong pace. I just hope at least some of you have got it in your legs to charge on that final lap. As before, I will just bail out and soft pedal on that final lap, so I can try and get eyes on the front of the bunch, pick up the winners on camera. Really hard to do, but I'll do my best. There's my bike riding along by itself, or the bike's not even there now, just a shadow. That's weight doping in the extreme. Seems to be a little bit separated again now from the bunch just 4 or 5 seconds up ahead. So let's try and put a little bit of a kick in, pull these guys that are with me back in. Another great job, guys, pulled that back together really nicely. It's a real testament to the cooperation and team spirit of everybody here that we're 71 kilometres in, and most of us are within a few seconds of each other distance wise. Brilliant. So just coming up to the banner to have completed 20 laps, which is incredible. We've done it in a really good time. Thanks Linda Kellum, who's jumping out at this 20 lap point, I think. Great to have you along, excellent ride, and hope to see you on the next one. I got that wrong. That wasn't 20 laps done. We've just started the 20th lap. Apologies guys for any confusion. And in that confusion, I've managed to just sort of slip off the back a little bit again. And JKRT, right, he's a lap back, I think. So maybe a late starter, or had to jump off with technical or bladder issues. Seem to be the main reason for people dropping out of the group at the moment. I'm going to need to try and just up it just a tiny bit. The guys in front have eased off, which is brilliant. I haven't even had to say anything. They've just all just dropped their watts a little bit. I'll sit at the front of this group at about 2.3 if I can, and see if we can just all work back in. Thank you T James, Lion Rock Cycling, for the ride on. Becoming a very familiar name to me now. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you El Lancoon for the ride on. I'm just trying to, there is a group that's managed to sort of put a few metres ahead between us. So I don't want to start upping the pace in this group. I'd like to just hold it at what we're supposed to be doing and hope that those guys will ease off a little bit. I think they will. It wasn't like attacking from the front, it was just a case of getting mixed up over the ups and downs, and everyone's on different trainers, and obviously the whole wide mix of abilities in here as well. But we've got 87 kilometres into it, and by and large the group have been stuck to each other. Okay, this time when we come through the banner it will be 5 laps to go. We crossed the 90k mark in 2 hours 27. This is pretty good. Pretty good. So we're still on target, I think, for my fastest ever 100 kilometre ride. Just put the reminder out to everybody that they need to be behind me at the start of this, not this lap, but the final lap. We're on lap 21 out of 25 at the moment. All still pretty tight. And I think we'll have a kind of an ease off lap maybe on 22, 23. Just to try and give everybody a little bit of a rest and tighten the bunch up even further. Okay, so 97.5 kilometres in, lap 23. We're having a regrouping lap at 1.5 watts per kilogram. Everybody's done it just immaculately, as expected. Going to give a quick shout out to Sean Lowe, because I think he must have joined late because he's not showing in my list of riders, but his name is there. I can't see how many laps he's done with us, but he seems to have been there in this bunch for quite some time. So I think he just missed the start. So right on, buddy. Another shout out, which another one again I cannot believe I forgot earlier. Another one of our champions that's not here, Mike Mitchell. Unlucky you couldn't be here, buddy. So that's another category that I will definitely be drawing a new certificate for. So maybe I should try and win one of these categories so I don't have to draw myself. No, I'm taking an easy last lap, that's for sure. So we're closing in on 100 kilometres at 2 hours 40 minutes and 25 seconds. It's really, really good pace. And as I said numerous times on this video, stuck together like glue for nearly all of it. It's incredible, incredible. I'm definitely going to try and sort out a proper team setup soon so we can enter some time trials and group races, because if this is the organisation at which you guys can all ride with each other, then getting a really well-oiled, well-drilled team together should be a piece of cake. Start entering a few of the big competitions. The other thing about this slow regrouping lap is exactly what happened with the last one. You can actually feel a bit of tension building. It's really good, even though I'm not taking part in it. I can almost sense the guys that want to have a real good go at this final lap race trying to sort of position themselves, make sure they don't pull off too far ahead because they'll be disqualified, make sure they don't drop too far behind because obviously disadvantage them. And you can just almost feel everybody sort of winding up for the big finish, which is just exactly what I wanted for this format. I think it's amazing. Really good fun. So Steve Hunter, he must be a way ahead. He's already hit 100k. I'm not quite there yet, but I will prepare the message. Yeah, I think 247. I think was the last time we did this. We got 100k in 247 or 248, I think. So there we go. 243. Absolutely phenomenal time. That's even with a couple of slowdown laps. You know, we did that last time as well, to be fair, but we've had a couple of really organised 1.5 watt per kilogram laps, just to bring everybody back together, make sure anyone that's dropped off the back has a chance to at least regroup. It seems to work really well on these long rides. Obviously you couldn't afford to do it on the shorter ones. I'm going to apologise in advance for my commentating skills. I make such a mess of it. I say that every time on these videos as well, but I have no idea how Jesper Anker, Nathan Guerra and the like do it. I find it so difficult jumping from one rider to another and quickly sort of analysing the situation in terms of position and category and all the rest of it. So I will probably make a real hash of it again, but as mentioned before, we'll try and sort out the results via the Zwift results screen and Zwift Power at the end. So this is where I'm going to have to put the shout out for everybody to group up behind me. Okay, so 2 laps to go. Now this is the lap that if you're not already behind me, you need to drop in behind me. Thank you, Jeremy Day from Ride On For Health for the ride on. Good to see you, buddy. Okay, so I'm just going to hold the proper pace of 2 to 2.3 and hope that everybody in front eases off, drops in behind. Not a bad position to be in if you've pulled off a little bit. So you can have a bit more of a rest on this lap. Thanks guys for all the nice messages popping up. It was indeed a really enjoyable ride again. It was always going to be for me because I just like seeing the whole WKG group riding together. It's brilliant. Thank you, John Colhane. Best group ride ever, apparently. So I'll take that to heart. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so we're coming into the volcano. We will soon be approaching, well, we come out of it first, sorry, but then we will soon be approaching the start of the all-important final sprint lap. Let's put another reminder out. Okay, everyone's dropped in. It would seem. This is pretty good. I think everybody's already sitting in my wheel. I'm going to try and, in the name of fairness, I've got to try and keep a steady pace here so that it keeps it nice and easy for them to drop in. No one accidentally jumps past me. Let's get my start message prepared. Ready to hit that as soon as I get to that banner. It really is tense now. As soon as these guys all start flocking around me, I can really sense the anticipation and excitement for this last lap. My knees are just grateful that I'm not taking part in it. Here we go. The last little climb into the volcano. Everybody's staying well behind. Oh, lens inadvertently rolled across the front of me. Bit of cat and mouse going on, which makes it really hard to stay behind one particular point. Lars Elmkjær is still there. He needs to drop back a little bit though, buddy. Just ahead at the moment, there he goes, eased off on his power. Good job, guys. Here we go. This little ramp. Stay behind me, guys. Go, go, go. All right, so who we got at the front here now? Mark Deal, Team Type 1, cracking out 7 watts per kilogram at the moment. He's our front man currently. Don't know what category you are. Lars, category C, takes up the lead. I'm pretty sure these guys are all behind me. Lars has gone flying out here. Is he going to be able to hold on to that all the way to the line? Kenneth Scramstead now has made a break for the lead. Go on, Kenneth, on your live stream, that'd be great. Not that there's any favouritism going on here at all. And we got, I think that's Quentin Van Eden, just on Kenneth's wheel. So we got Kenneth in a B out front. We got Quentin in as the C, D Smith as a B, Inga Backman as a B. That's the lead bunch at the moment, as D Smith from the Bs takes to the front at 5.2 watts per kilogram. The name ahead, we're obviously well ahead of me at the start of the... Oh no, Kenneth's cramped up. Oh man, that's unlucky. Alright, let's give D Smith a ride on while he's out there at the front. Oh man, I feel for you, Kenneth. But to attack like that after 106 kilometres was pretty impressive nonetheless, so good on you, man. So D Smith's looking strong here. He's got a 2-second gap over the chasing group, but they are 5 riders in that group. So he's going to have to work hard for it, but he's looking good. So D Smith is coming into the volcano. Lost sight of him. Still D Smith, got 3-second gap over D Anholt and Q Van Eden, Inga Backman, Lars Elmkjaer, T Gustafsson's there as well. So there is a decent sized field behind him. He's eased off just a little bit, but still in the mid to high 4s. As we come back out the other side of the volcano. He's stepped it back up again, he senses a wind now. Although look at this, we've got, oh sorry no, S Lemons was being lapped. So still 3-second gap there between D Smith, Q Van Eden, Inga Bjerkman, Lars Elmkjaer, T Gustafsson and D Anholt. This is looking good for D Smith. We got, I think obviously with Inga Backman being a B category, he's the next threat for that for the overall win here. But he's 4 seconds off the back at the moment. Q Van Eden's a C, so he's looking at the C category win currently. Have we got any D's up there at the moment? Looks like S Woodsell. Go on, buddy. Again, I'm trying not to show any favouritism, but that would be nice to see. So what's the gap we're looking at now? Let's try and switch around, look back. So there's D Smith. He has a 3-second gap over D Anholt. D Anholt, I don't have a category in his name, which makes this very difficult in terms of handing out any prizes at the end, because the rules were pretty specific, so it'd be really terrible if I have to take anything away from anybody. But he's just a second behind D Smith now, pulling up onto his wheel. Lars has pulled in as well. He's managing to stay with these guys along with Inga Bjerkman, D Bruce. Gustafsson's just dropped off the back a little bit. As we look at D Smith with D Arnholt right on his wheel now. It may be the D Arnholt's an A category, in which case he could take the A category win anyway. He's up now in the 6s. This is looking good. D Smith 6.2, D Arnholt 6.5. Lars has pulled up into second place now, up in the 6s. This is going to be a tough one to call. It's a very tough one to get a decent view of. I don't know if that's the best one because you'll lose sight of them. So we've now got Inga Bjerkman's pulled to the front. No, we have Q Van Eden's pulled to the front in the C group. It's going for the out and out win here. It's pulled away 6.6 watts per kilogram. Coming up to that last little climb. He's got some strong chasers coming up behind him now. Darren Smith, is it Darren Smith? Sorry, it's D Smith anyway. He's taken over the lead now. Looks like D Smith's going to get the win. It's right on the line. Inga Bjerkman's got the win. Followed by D Smith and Quentin Van Eden, I believe. Awesome job, guys. Awesome job. So that's that category done. I'm trying to find who's the first of the D's to come up. Is it going to be Woodsale? Oh, I missed it. Did I miss it? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Stuart Woodsale managed to nick the D category win. Excellent stuff. Right, so I've now just got to get to the finish so I can see the results pop up on screen, and then I can have a proper look. Right, let's try and up my pace just a little bit. Oh, I'm feeling cramped now as well. I think that wasn't helped by the fact that I've just virtually stopped pedalling for a little while. Kenneth's, even with his cramp, 20 seconds up the road from me. Great job, man. I've got Alan Lynn cruising in with me. Excellent ride. All of you, fantastic ride. 110 kilometres, or 109 point something kilometres it would be. Amazing, amazing job. And to have the power to produce such a strong, close race on that final lap, just excellent. Great fun to watch, even better fun to be a part of. And it's all down to you guys, thank you so much. Absolutely brilliant. I'm just going to roll to the finish line now, so I can get the finishing order up. Just going to roll in on the wheel of Alan Lynn. That's a nice sight to see, that banner. 30 metres to go. And we are done. We are done. Superb stuff. Right, so that helps me out a lot, because according to Zwift's results screen, Jay Peaston, unfortunately, I can't include because it was well ahead of me at the start of that final lap, I believe. Anyway, I will double check that, but I'm pretty sure. So, congratulations, Inge Bjerkman, D. Smith, and Q Van Eden on the podium, the first three finishers. In terms of category wins, I'm pretty sure we've got Inge Bjerkman's a B category, D. Smith's a B category, so we've got a win there for Inge. C, it looks like it's Lars again. I'll have to check on D. Arnholt because he's not got a category in his name. Strictly speaking, you shouldn't be included. I really don't want to be strict about it, because in the spirit of the race that was absolutely brilliant. So I'll have a little think about that, and I'll see what category you're in anyway, but it looks like Lars has taken that for me. And then in the D category, Stuart Woodsale, I believe. Fantastic. I have to check on J. Colhane's category as well, but again, it's another one that, technically speaking, I shouldn't be including in these results, but absolutely fantastic job. Some great rides from everybody, and some really hard pushes at the end there. It was making me hurt just watching it, so fantastic. There was 96 riders in the end that took to the start. Absolutely brilliant. So great to see that sea of yellow again. And oh look, I was 38th. That's not bad. I did all right. Right, so I'm going to go and try and bring some life back into my muscles. Have a nice shower. Get some food. Before I go, other than to say again, thank you to everybody that turned up. Thank you for everybody for your enthusiasm on the forum. Please, if you haven't already, go and check out w/KG forum on Facebook. It's a really fun forum. The banter and the chat and everything. It's just really good fun. No one takes it too seriously, and obviously it's a great way to keep in touch with the upcoming events, the videos, the results of past events. So it'd be great to see you on there. And also anybody that is interested in the kit, I'm going to keep this open until midnight on Wednesday, what's today, 26th, so 27, 28, 29. Wednesday 29th, actually, what am I talking about? It's February. Alright, okay, anyway, Wednesday night at midnight, whatever date that is, I'm going to keep the order open for anybody that wants a WKG kit. So I will put a post in the forum to that effect. They will still be available after that point, but with a big group order, at the moment we're all getting a 10% discount off everything we order. In fact, we're very close to a 15% discount if we get a couple more sales in there. So jump in, get them in early to get them cheap. Beyond that point, obviously, unless we have another mass order, it will be sort of normal price. So Wednesday midnight is the cut-off to get into this initial discounted order for the WKG kits. And that's it. And that just remains for me to say another thank you. And it was such good fun. Really enjoyed it. We might not have had as many people as we had on the last one, but that was just as much fun all the way. Just brilliant. Such an awesome group. It's just a pleasure to ride with you guys. Not sure when I will next be on the bike. I'll see how I feel when I get out of the shower. But I will look forward to catching you on the next one.